guys, it's Paige. We are starting off my first YouTube video with my everyday, easy 10-minute makeup routine. Super quick. I literally do this most mornings if I'm working, and I work with kiddos, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy, just quick, something to like kind of refresh and look a little bit, you know, just enhance those features. I'm playing around with some angles and lighting and everything. So right now I'm sitting in our living room in front of our couch, which is kind of funny, but it's the only place I could figure it out with my film setup. Anyways, I hope this is helpful and gives you guys some ideas. All of these products that I'm using today are like my everyday favorite go-to products. I've kind of found like a good little collection that I love. But yeah, I'll zoom you guys in a little bit and then we'll get started. First, I'm just gonna pull my hair back so it's not in the way. I always typically start with the Tula. This is the Rose Glow like eye stick. So I just put that here. And if I'm looking like over here a lot, it's because my mirror is right here to the left. So I just always put that underneath my eyes to help wake them up. It kind of like brightens them a little bit. It doesn't give you any coverage as far as like dark circles, but it helps brighten them and just wake you up a little bit. And I think there's some moisture in there, like rosehip oil. Okay, so the next, I always take my beauty blender, a damp one. And depending on the day, for a quick makeup routine that I do like every morning on my way to work, I'll take my CC cream from It Cosmetics, and I have the shade Fair, but I also have the illuminating one in the shade Medium, and I love both of these. I'm actually gonna use Medium today because I have a little bit of self-tan on. And with this one, I don't use a ton. Like normally I'll do a little bit underneath my eyes, and then just blot it around my face. And I think I'm actually gonna mix in some of my Fair one as well. I really like this CC cream because it's super lightweight. I don't ever really use foundations or anything because it's just too much work, and I just don't feel like I need all of that coverage for like everyday use, you know? So yeah, I just use the CC cream, and then I just try to spread it all around. My biggest concern with this is the eye area, because that's where I have the most discoloration. I think it's because of my fair skin. So the eye area, like on the eyelid up here, like if I do anything in the mornings, it's just put some of this on there, and then I'll just powder the rest of my face. But this is like if I have time and if I'm feeling up for it, I'll do this whole part and put it a little bit more everywhere. Make sure you blend it down your neck. But I feel like the CC cream just really like evens everything out, but your real skin still shows and gives you a little bit of like a glow and just evens everything. Next, I will normally take my, this is kind of funny, and a lot of you guys will probably think I'm crazy, but I take a Clinique powder foundation. This is the Super Powder Double Face Makeup in 07. I usually use this one, but I also have the CoverGirl Clean and Fresh powder, which I'm sure you guys have heard about because a lot of people love this one. That's why I got it. This one is a little bit darker though, so I have to make sure that I'm at least like pretty good self-tanned. But I do have the color Light Pale. That tells you how pale I am naturally, but it's still sometimes too dark for me, so I have to be careful. So normally what I do, the only part of my face that I really like to make sure is set and ready is my eye area again. So I'll normally take the Clinique one and dab it on there. The rest of my face, I like to keep it dewy most of the time, but I will add a little bit, and that's when I will sometimes use the CoverGirl one depending on how tan I am and how tan my face is, etc. So today I will actually take the CoverGirl one, and this one is best if you just pat it in instead of like swiping or swirling. So I just do this on the areas that I do get a little oily on. or that I might want a little bit of added coverage in, which is just my forehead and chin kind of area, and a little bit around my nose. So that's pretty much my base, and I know that's super simple, but it's so quick in the mornings, like I can do that in literally probably 2 minutes. Next I take my bronzer, which is the Makeup Revolution one. Yeah, Mega Bronzer in Cool, 01 Cool. Okay, this one's huge, that's why I love it. It's so easy to use. It's seriously huge. And what I do is I take the same brush, just a little bit of that, and I do my cheekbones. I come up on my temples just a little bit, just a tad, not too crazy. And I just kind of make sure that everything's blended, and then I'll even kind of swoop it down on my jawline just to blend it in with everything and kind of do that 3 motion that everybody talks about. And then the other side. And then I'll do a little bit underneath my chin. And then next I do blush. And I have this Patrick Ta blush that I love. It's called She's That Girl. And it has a cream blush and it has a powder blush. And I love the idea of a cream blush, but normally I always forget that that's an option. So I always have like a little bit of powder on before I think of it. But I like both of them. The cream blush is very pigmented, so if you do use that, you have to like really be careful and blend it out pretty well. But the powder one I love too, and that's the one I normally use. Okay, so I just take the same brush, and the blush, I'm a blush person. I love blush. I feel like it like brightens up your whole face. It makes you feel, or it makes you look, I mean, you feel like it I guess too, but it makes you look like you're refreshed and you're like awake and you're just bright. I don't know why that is, but I just always have thought that. So what I do is I take it just a little bit lower than what I think my cheekbone is, and I kind of just blend it up. Start it pretty heavy, and blush is the first thing to leave your face for makeup. So it's okay if it's like a tad heavy at first when you're applying. And then I just do a little bit on my nose. Okay, so next is eyebrows. That's literally it for the face. Some days if I have like something bigger going on, or if I'm doing something after work, I'll add a little bit of highlight. And if I do, it's my Becca highlight. This is so old and hardly hanging on. But my Becca highlight, and this one is in Shimmering, it's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. And I do really like that one, or I use my Morphe. I have a Morphe highlight palette that I'll sometimes pull out. But that's like, you know, if I like want to put that effort in. Okay, so for eyebrows, I take a spoolie. This one I've had for forever, and it's been through a lot of life with me. Probably need to get a new one, but I'll start by spooling them up just to smooth it out. I'm not a huge brow person at all. I probably should be, but I'm not. Maybe one day. I've gotten them waxed once in my life, and I did really like it, but the upkeep is like way too much for me, and my eyebrows are so light that, you know. Anyway, so I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, and I get it in blonde, which it is a little bit darker than my actual brow, but I like that because I need that. I need it to be a little bit darker to give my face some shape. And I'm not kidding y'all, I literally just put it on. But I put it on first, and then I will show you how I make sure it looks like pretty natural. And if you do mess up a little bit or like get some on your skin, I'll show you how I fix it pretty easily. Okay, so once that's on, I let it sit for a few seconds just to like, not dry, but set just a tad. And then I take my spoolie again and I brush it out. I feel like that makes sure that your eyebrows aren't like crusty, I guess, or like too thick in some areas. And this is where if you did get it on your skin, you would literally spoolie across it and it will like take it off if it's usually like pretty much mostly dry. So that's how I do my eyebrows. Super simple, like I said, I wasn't kidding. Okay, next I just curl my eyelashes. Just make sure they're all curled. And then my mascara. Basically, this is just the Define a Lash mascara. You guys, this is the best mascara. I don't know what it is. I never hear anybody talk about this one, so I'm not sure. Like, I might be crazy, I might be crazy, I don't know. There's something about this mascara, every time I try any other ones, like I tried the Lash Paradise from Maybelline that everybody raves about, and I just don't, this one like gets all over my eyelids, I find, and it just isn't as good. I think it's because I like literally defining my eyelashes and lengthening them, and this is like the most lengthening mascara I've ever used, honestly. Every time I have to get a new tube, I have to kind of search for it a little bit, because I would not be surprised if they discontinued it, but I love this one. Literally, I don't have one other one that I like, I don't know what I'll do if they discontinue it. So with this, I literally just apply, super simple, and you'll see when I'm done how good it looks. So I normally do about 2 coats, depending on like the time I want to spend on my eyelashes, but the more I feel like the better they look. So basically I do both eyes and then I go back over it, and it doesn't have to be completely dry. You just want it to be like a little bit thicker than what it was. And I really make sure that on the outer edges I tug and make sure those outer lashes kind of give that swoop out. My eyelashes are naturally not this long, and I use the Grande Lash serum that I really like. I feel like it really, once you like stay committed to it for like 2 months, you're good to go. I'm gonna apply some to my bottom lashes. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have some mascara on my bottom lashes now. I just do a little bit on the outside of my eyes. I don't always go all the way in, typically, because I feel like that opens up my eyes a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Usually every morning I'll just apply a chapstick of some sort, or a Fresh chapstick that has a little bit of color. I love Fresh, I'm obsessed with Fresh. If I ever do a skincare routine, y'all will see I am obsessed with Fresh. Like, there is not another skincare brand that I religiously use like that one. I don't know what it is, but I love their stuff. So these are great too. I usually just use these in the morning though. And it just gives you a little color, but they're so creamy that it just feels nice on your lips to start the morning off, to make sure they're moisturized. But yeah, that's pretty much my finished everyday 10-minute makeup routine. Some days I'll even like rush through this. I'm literally done in like 7 minutes. Some days I will set it with I have a Scandinavia setting spray that I'll use, but I don't always do that. I don't feel like setting sprays really do much for me, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Let me know any questions down below. But yeah, subscribe for more, and hopefully this video turns out okay. My first makeup tutorial. But yeah, that's it.